Yeah, it's a very important game, 100% on Saturday in Montreal, and our focus is clear: the quality, the performance, which we want to show on Saturday, and of course, it's very important. And also, when you are playing very well, when you are playing very intensive, then you want the result in form of 3 points. So it's very important. Clear focus, clear concentration of our identity, and of course the clear focus, clear concentration of the result as well.
We'll go to Joe on Zoom.
Hey, Sandro, thanks for doing this. Is Lewis Morgan going to be included in the side this weekend? Thanks.
No, he's out. He will have on Monday an MRI again, so then we will see how it is. And but he's clear out for the game against Montreal.
Is this something that he picked up during training?
No, it was something in his individual program, so we have to check him. We have to check him, and then we will see how it is on next week. So he did individual work today, so it is not the situation that he's doing nothing. So he's doing individual program, but it's not this process right now that he can join a full team training session. So at the end, then it's clear that he's out on Saturday.
We'll go to Daniel.
Good afternoon, Sandro. Hope you're doing well. I just wanted to ask you about Montreal, obviously. The last time they came to Sports Illustrated Stadium, they gave you a bit of a tough time, even though you were able to get the victory. How much do you rely on the last match you played this season against them that you can hopefully gain advantage up in Montreal to get the...
Yeah, of course. We analyzed as well this game in our Sports Illustrated Stadium against Montreal. We analyzed all the last games which they played. So it's when you are looking on the table, so you see, okay, they are on the bottom of the table. But for me, it's and I watched one game live in our stadium in Leagues Cup against a Mexican team. So for me, it's a very aggressive team. So what we expect on Saturday against Montreal in their defense behavior, very man-orientated, very aggressive to step out, very aggressive in their forward defending. So we have to be ready. And I think when we want to have an advantage in our offensive, then we have to win a 1-against-1 duel, then maybe to open a space or something like that. Yeah, it's not a team. I don't expect a clear ball possession game against a deep opponent. So it's another way. I expect a very intensive game on Saturday against Montreal, and they have also then, especially with the striker, with some guys as a winger, fullback, when they are swimming sometimes in their build-up position. So a clear structure with the ball and very aggressive against the ball. So we have to be ready against them and to show our quality. That's the main part, and what we have seen also the last game in Portland. To then also when to play very serious with the ball, very serious, very clean, clear, to play forward with a clear structure after losing ball, directly counter press, directly to organize our rest defense. That will be very important for Saturday.
We can go to Gary.
Hey, Sandro, with so much on the line for getting into the playoffs, and of course you're in with road issues that you're having, is the team mentally prepared to deal with such pressure going in, or you don't see that as a very big deal?
No, 100%, Gary. That's a big deal, of course, and it's good also to feel the pressure. To be honest, because that's professional sport. It's not semi-professional. It's professional sport, and so we prepare everything. And of course, it was a clear focus, clear concentration in our training session. Of course, after the Portland game, especially after this result, it's not the best atmosphere that everyone is laughing here, but that's normal. That's okay. You have to see the difference between a losing game and a winning game, and we feel this as well, and it's good. And now we will see if we can handle the pressure on Saturday. Of course, that's at the end. We can talk a lot in press conference. We can talk a lot in video meetings on the training pitch, but when it's kickoff, then you have to show the intensity and the quality with the ball in the clear direction. That's every time the answer what you can give on the field, and not to talk too much about before the game.
We'll go to James.
Thank you, Sandro. Difficult one on the weekend with the Montreal team who doesn't really have much to play for. Given that this team has struggled away from home, this makes for, an interesting dynamic with Montreal who, as I said, are already eliminated. What is your message to the players to ensure that the team stays focused against a team that, is playing with house money and that this result doesn't matter for them?
Yeah, but that's the rule, because they can play. Okay, if they are losing, if they are winning, it's for them it's not a problem, because it's not possible to go down in another league or something like that. But for me, it's a really good team. So what I can see, especially in the home games, very aggressive. You could see this in the last home games, also against St. Louis, which they lost. But for me, it's a really good team, very aggressive, and for us, at the end, so it's important to show our behavior, our responsibility, especially when we have the ball, in a form of confidence on one side, but also to find the right balance. Okay, when is the moment where we can play? When is the moment where we have to clean the situations? When is the moment where we have to keep the ball? I think that's, for us, very important, especially on the road. And we have this issue. That's clear. So and on Saturday is the next chance to show our quality, which we have seen so many times in our stadium, in our home games. And now is on Saturday the next chance. And we don't have so many chances, to be honest, in this season. Only two games on the road, and one of them is on Saturday, and not to talk too much about the playoffs or something like that. We have to talk about our performance, which we need on the road.
Anthony?
Coach, this season, injuries to Lewis Morgan and Cam Harper have had you go to your bench a lot more for starters. Mohamed Sofo and Wiki Carmona in particular. Can you give me your assessment of their growth having to step into such a difficult situation this season?
Yeah, Anthony, I can give you an answer about our situation right now, about the Saturday game. But I can't give you now an answer to analyze the whole season, so because we have to go now to 4 games in this season, and then we will see what happens after that. But what I can say, especially on these positions, I can say, of course, we need from our offensive players more output. When you are looking about our numbers in our defense behavior and our backline, our back four, so that's really, really good development. But the output after winning balls, especially in our transition moments, it's too less to come in the final third, to come in the opponent's box, to have touches in the opponent's box. This is what we have to improve. It's not only the responsibility of Emil and Chupo, all the guys. It starts with the first ball, maybe from the 6th position, to play vertical, to play diagonal, then to keep the ball, to drive the ball from our wingers, 10 positions, and to find the right moment. And of course, we expect then more from our offensive players. And it's not only the responsibility to think about, okay, only Chupo and Emil can solve these moments. All together, and it starts with the first ball. But I can understand the question, Anthony, but to analyze now the season, I think it's too early. That's completely too early. But we have to analyze our situation right now for Saturday, the game. And it is a topic for us, 100% in our transition moments, to have more output, 100%.
We'll go to Daniel and then end with Gary.
Sandro, I wanted to ask you about Gustav Berggren. How has he looked to you since coming over in the transfer window?
Yeah, very well. So for the short time now when he arrives here, but he was now a full team training session, was good minutes that he got the last game in Portland. So then he's an option also to start for Saturday against Montreal.
All right, Gary.
Lastly, Coach, I know that you and your staff analyzed Montreal, how they've been playing the last few games. So, one quick question. You guys have had some issues in the final third. You said you wanted to be clinical, you wanted to be very clean. Suppose they decided to throw a low block and dare you guys to score. Do you have the would I say would you have to the options and they would try to get to score a goal because that's to me that's what it's going to come down to.
Of course, we have the options. We have also our solutions in each phases of the game. To be honest, against the ball and after winning ball, when we have the ball, when the opponent is in a deeper position, when it's we have clear our options, we have clear our solutions where we need our runs, where we need our overlap runs on the side, where we can create on the side 2 against 1, 3 against 2 situations, clear options. But of course, we can show every time this situation, and they did it very well in the season as well, especially in our home games. But then at the end, we have to find the right decision in this right moment, and I think this is where we struggled a lot of times in the games on the road. And when you see in Portland, also the first half, so many moments after transitions, second half, a lot of good situations, but the output is not the quality which we need then with the final pass, with the touches in the box, and then to take the shot. Of course, that's for us. That's the reason why we only have 40 points. It's not the biggest difference compared to the last season, when we are looking from the points. But the feeling, the output, especially with our development, our defense behavior, that is too less. And this is we had every time our topic, every day our topic in our training session, and to look forward now, next chance on Saturday, and to see then that we can improve this.